Hello everybody, it's me again with another last minute Final Fantasy XIV event video. This time, it's my favorite event, All Saints Wake, which is Halloween. Alright, I'm pretty sure the event starts in Gridania, but as usual, I'm gonna talk to the All Saints Wake crier and see what's going on. Hello there, Pumpkin. Enjoying the festivities, I hope? If there's anything you'd like to know, just ask away. Who are you? We're a terrific troop raised under the auspices of the pumpkin-headed lady. With us at the helm, All Saints Wake is set to be a fright-filled fest for all and sundry. My associates have prepared a most ghastly and gratifying assortment of attractions and decorations for All Saints Wake over in verdant Gridania. Why not take a well-earned rest and join in the festivities? What is All Saints Wake? Legend has it that once a year, the 12 honor the saints by hosting a lavish feast in the heavens. While the saints are away, however, the realm is bereft of their divine protection, and creatures of darkness come out in droves. Fearing for their lives, the people took to shutting themselves inside their homes. Those who had no choice but to venture outside disguised themselves as fiends, in hopes that they would go unnoticed by the real ones. Frightening business, isn't it? But that's all in the past now. For these days, we have valorous adventurers like you to keep our city safe when the saints are away. Having no more reason to be afraid, the people went and turned All Saints Wake into a fun celebration. A truly delightful state of affairs. Yep, they were shitting themselves inside their homes. Alright, we're going over to Gridania. I'm gonna talk about last minute event video. This is the last day to do it. I thought there was more time, but it makes sense. I don't know, in my head I feel like Halloween hasn't even happened yet, but Halloween was 3 days ago. I've just been so busy. I really just want to slow down so I can live my life. Okay. I'm assuming it's over here in the usual spot. Oh, the pumpkin-headed apparition. The Aether-starved Ahriman. The pumpkin-headed apparition is on the lookout for an able adventurer. It's been more than a few moons since last we met, friend. As it so happens, I have a proposition suited to your talents. Are you prepared to throw caution to the wind and consort with fiends most foul once again? Of course you are. But before we get to the heart of the matter, let us reflect upon the history of All Saints Wake. On this night do fell fiends emerge to cavort and careen, unconcerned with the judgments of those on high. For the halls of the saints' heavenly abode ring with merriment as the wine flows freely, and no one can be bothered to look down. Thus did God-fearing folk greet this particular sunset with trepidation, daring not to venture from their homes. No longer. Nay, for adventurers came and drove out the void scent, restoring safety to the city streets and marking the occasion as one of jubilation. That's all well and good, but what of the poor forsaken fiends? Are they too not deserving of revelry? My wish is to see All Saints' Wake reborn as a celebration for all. But be they ghost, ghoul, Gridanian, or otherwise. And how do I propose to accomplish this feat? Binding obligations, friend. I've convinced the more sinister sorts to enter into contracts which forbid them from preying on mortals. In exchange, they are permitted to partake in the festivities. But there's one troubled soul who still seems incapable of getting into the spirit of things. Perhaps you'd be willing to give them a helping hand? Nothing too devilishly difficult, I promise. Before you get started, you'll want to get a grasp of the particulars by speaking with Papa Gruff. He ought to be performing one of his shows by the entrance to the Great Lone Growery. Now go. I shall be watching your performance with great interest. I mean, it's crazy how many people are doing this quest right now on the last possible day at 4:45 in the morning. It's 4:45 in the morning right now. But I guess that doesn't matter. I remember this guy. Although it pains me so, our humble performance must draw to a close. Let us then end things on a high note. Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you feast your eyes on the fantastic Philcox and his transformation magics. What was that all about? The clowning and whatnot was a right laugh, but that last bit was bleeding rubbish. Come on, let's get out of here. Once more, you fail to muster up even an ounce of magical prowess. I had the crowd in the palm of my hand. We'd have been the toast of the town if not for your blunder. There you go again, shrieking the same old tune. I've had it up to my eyeball with this farce. Just because you know a few cheap tricks doesn't give you the right to treat me like that. I can't stand the sight of you, let alone the thought of taking to the stage with you again. Good riddance. Well, well. Fate has conspired for us to cross paths once again. Out with it, then. I know you're not here to swap pleasantries. A foul fiend failing to get into the spirit of All Saints' Wake. I'd wager you speak of Philcox, the fellow who stormed off in a huff. Like most of our ilk, Philcox and I have an insatiable appetite for aether. But unlike your garden variety void scent who hunt hapless mortals like beasts, we prefer to sate our hunger with their enthusiastic approval. I tell you, there's no aether as delectable as you'll find in food gifted in genuine appreciation, which set me to thinking, perhaps preying on mortals was an old-fashioned and misguided approach. Thus did I commit to giving folk the sort of fright and dazzle and delight, winning hearts and minds, and in the process, no small number of aether-laden delicacies. And what better occasion for such terrifying amusements as All Saints' Wake? The method is catching, too. Many void scent now seek aether in this manner. Philcox is one such reformed individual. When I first laid eyes upon him, I sensed promise. But get him in front of a crowd and you're lucky to get a smattering of half-hearted applause, let alone a few measly crumbs. You'd be better off hearing it from the Araman's mouth, though. He can't have gotten far. Alright. There he is. What the hell quest is this? Oh, Pictomancer. That sniveling whelp of an imp. Magic's this, magic's that. The sheer unbridled cheek of it. Philcox is practically frothing at the mouth. So incensed is he by his treatment at the hands of Papa Gruff. You must soothe him before attempting to start a conversation. Okay. Apologies. I had taken leave of my senses. Your timely intervention is much appreciated. Wait, by the look of you, I'd say you're an adventurer. Let me guess, that pumpkin-headed lady sent you to check up on me, did she? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you my tale. Try as I might, I just can't get the hang of transformation magics, and without the means to delight the crowds, we're starved for appreciation. I'm an Ahriman. Paralyzing prey with this big eye of mine? Not a problem. Turning them to stone with a petrifying glare? A trifling task. Hells, I can even smell despair and all manner of negative emotions in the people around me. Obviously, paralysis and petrification won't win over an audience, and my metaphorical nose for despair isn't gonna put Aether on the table either. I oughta just tell that pumpkin-headed lady I'm not cut out for this business. If you're here at her behest, you'd better come too. I mean, to be fair, couldn't they have transformed from their human forms to their void scent forms if the magic didn't work, just to be like, ooh, look at my transformation, it's scary, but maybe it's too scary? That about sums it up. I gave it my all and have not to show for it. Which is to say, I've come to the conclusion that I will never be an entertainer. Shit, that hits hard. Heh. I gather you had a hand in Philcox's decision to lay bare his thoughts and feelings? Not that it did any good. I'm stuck at square one. Underappreciated and underfed. I was like, what the fuck does that say? Underfed. Oh. Such a curious child. Are you truly so blind to your own potential? No doubt you have an inkling as to what I speak of. Pray share your wisdom with Philcox. Hmm. You can smell dark emotions. Use your gift to help those in need. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find a void scent who'd suggest that. I don't see how helping others helps me, but then again, I know little of mortal ways, so perhaps I should heed your advice. Ah, wait, I see the logic in it now. What better way to make use of my talents and knock that pompous Papa Gruff off his pedestal? No, I'm getting ahead of myself. I've no idea where to start. Perhaps I can lend a hand with a little sleight of hand. Hold still. Not only is that getup guaranteed to turn heads, each and every thread is imbued with a potent magic to aid in your newfound purpose. Oh, I think I can feel it. Maybe this isn't gonna be so tough after all. There you are. I had thought to apologize for my harsh words earlier, since our act was my initiative and therefore our success, or lack thereof, was ultimately my responsibility, but I sense that you have been scheming. It pleases me to inform you, Papa Gruff, that I found a way to win over mortals on my own terms. I find that hard to believe, but since you seem so confident, why don't we have ourselves a contest? Whoever garners the most affection, and thereby the largest share of aether-rich victuals, wins. And to the victor go the spoils of subservience. The loser will be bound to obey their every whim. How does that sound? You're on. I hope you're ready to bow and scrape. That mortal epithet about one's bark being worse than one's bite comes to mind. Prepare yourself, Phil Cox. I know I've got this marvelous magic outfit, but I'm still not entirely convinced that I have what it takes to beat Papa Gruff on my own. Come with me, just until I get the hang of things. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Very well. I shall leave Phil Cox in your capable hands. Hehehe. You ever read something in your head faster than it's coming out of your mouth when you have to read it out loud? So then you trip over all the words like you fell down the stairs? I trust you will do everything in your power to assist Phil Cox in his endeavors. All fiends sated on All Saints' Wake. After a nudge in the right direction, Phil Cox is ready to embark on his mission. How about we try and find a troubled soul in need of aid? But let's get out of here first. Big Chungus. Hold up. No, the guy. There we go. Okay. Big Chungus. Right. Time to look for folk harboring negative feelings. Give me a moment. I don't know if it has anything to do with that pumpkin-headed lady's enchantment, but my powers feel more potent than ever. I've already found someone, and whoever they are, they're awfully flustered. They're to the northeast, I think, though I'm not sure where exactly. The roads here can be confusing. Truth be told, this is my first time in the city. I've got a decent sense of direction, but I've yet to grasp the lie of the land. Could I trouble you to lead the way? Our flustered target is northeast of here. I'll be right behind you. Phil Cox is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Phil Cox behind by entering a different area or by speaking with him and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Phil Cox join you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way which offer additional topics of discussion. Entering the glowing area... Oh my god. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. Let's explain everything to you like you're fucking stupid and you're 5 years old, and we're gonna hold your hand. What? Alright, northeast. This way. That clown was amazing. Turning a pumpkin into a little pup? Wow. Say, did I tell you that Phil Cox is just an alias? The pumpkin-headed lady suggested I use it to better engage with you mortals. My real name is actually... what does it matter? It's not like we'll see each other again when this is over and done with. Ah, such glee. They mentioned a clown. I'd wager they've just had the privilege of seeing one of Papa Gruff's performances. Listen, I'll be the first to admit that he's an expert illusionist, and you've only got to look at folks like these ladies to see that he knows how to work a crowd. But I won't be upstaged. I'll prove there's more than I'll prove that there's more than one way to win over an audience, by following your timely advice, that is. Given the delight written on their faces, our opponent must have earned himself some sustenance, which means we've no time to lose. Onward! Whatever will they do next? Northeast. Oh gods, where has she gotten to? Ah, this must be the fellow my senses were leading me to. Shall we find out what ails him? You there, what's gotten you so worked up? Oh, forgive me. There was this poor little girl who'd been separated from her mother. I was helping her to look, but she suddenly disappeared. I can't simply abandon her, but then again, I have an urgent personal matter to attend to, and I don't know what to do. In that case, why don't I and my associate look for the girl? Then you can see to your affairs without worry. Thank you, thank you. She's a young lass dressed in blue. I hope you're able to find her forthwith. He certainly was appreciative, yet here I am, empty-handed. Forget the food. We have a lost child to find. I'm detecting a despairing presence to the east of here. Odds are it's the girl, which means I have need of your navigational news once again. After you. I've never seen this word in my life. Nose? News nose? Oh, this guy. I should have known you'd tune up. I should have known you'd turn up sooner or later. I thought this would be a fine opportunity to accrue some appreciation, but the poor girl is beside herself. She keeps calling out for her mama. Might I enlist your help? This must be the lost lass we've been looking for. If we want to earn her thanks, we'll need to reunite her with her mother. Wouldn't you say? Which means we now have a lady to locate. Any suggestions? Use your senses to search for someone feeling anxious? Ah, you're saying that the mother will be worried about her daughter having gone missing? Brilliant! This is exactly why I had you accompany me. Right then. Would it be funny if the mom didn't care? That wouldn't be funny at all. What's wrong with you? Found her! I don't know which is the bigger boon, having you by my side or this fancy finery. I think I've learned my way around the city, more or less. I'll handle this next part on my own. Wait here, I'll be back with the girl's mother in no time. "12 be praised! You're safe!" You have my eternal gratitude. Thanks for finding Mama, mister. Do you believe me now, Papa Gruff? Sweet, sweet appreciation, and all courtesy of my special talent. I can't help but notice they didn't offer you anything edible by way of thanks. For my part, I've already been rewarded with a tasty morsel. That said, the gift of food is far from guaranteed. Indeed, perseverance is key, which is why I find myself performing show after show. I suggest you approach this contest with the same tenacity, Phil Cox. I'm afraid he's right. Constant effort is key. Luckily, I sensed another troubled soul while I was tracking down the girl's mother. I'd better see what I can do to help. You know, I think I'm ready to go it alone now. Why don't you let our pumpkin-headed benefactor know? I'll come and find you when I'm done. Well, I'm afraid my next performance calls. Until we meet again, adventurer. Yep, Just three monsters helping a little girl find her mom. This one. The adventurer returns, and at the precise moment I predicted. I do hope keeping Philcock's company wasn't too taxing. What of our fiend and his endeavors? You have my thanks, truly. Ah, speak of the devils. Here they come. Dear, oh dear, that turned out to be a damn sight harder than I'd anticipated. And all I have to show for my travails is a single cookie. To think the first gift I'd receive would prove to be the last. Curses, I didn't receive so much as a crumb. I suppose this means you win. Very well, I'm yours to command, Papa Gruff. You admit defeat far too readily, Philcox. Hooray! We found you! I wanted to thank you properly for helping me and Mama. I brought you a pumpkin cookie. Simply scrumptious! I'm glad you like it. Farewell. That makes it one apiece. A draw then. Still, Philcox, while you had some assistance along the way, you've nevertheless done yourself proud. To think I'd live to see the day Papa Gruff sings my praises. Awfully kind of you to finally admit that I might have worth. Is that all you desire? My begrudging acceptance? Have you forgotten your reason for joining in the festivities in the first place? Of course I haven't. The good people of Gridania are still in need of my help. And where there are common folk in need, there are cookies to be freed. And, given to me. Adventurer, I had better get going, but before I do, let me say this. I might have found a way to make the most of my talents, but I wouldn't have been able to do so without you and the pumpkin-headed lady. I'm sure we'll run into each other again one of these days. Till then, next October in the next Halloween patch. See you next year. The promise I sensed in Philcox when he... The promise I sensed in Philcox when he and I first met wasn't illusory after all. I should take my leave too. 'Twould be remiss of me to allow him to garner all the glory, to say nothing of the cookies. I say those two fiends ending up having themselves a frightfully fun-filled All Saints wake. What? I'm gonna read that one again. I say those two fiends ended up having themselves a frightfully fun-filled All Saints wake. Wouldn't you agree? And for your part in this, a fitting reward. I present to you a set of finery, as worn by Gridania's most emotionally perceptive Ahriman. Perhaps you wonder if your outfit is endowed with the same enchantment? You needn't worry. There never was an enchantment. That little charade was my way of giving Philcox the confidence he so sorely lacked. Although, I dare say such a measure was unnecessary, given he had you to cheer him on. Before I forget, you are hereby cordially invited to my humble abode for a get-together of sorts. Do drop by. I assure you it will be frightfully entertaining. Anyway, your help is much appreciated. At this rate, my vision of an All Saints wake for mortals and void sent alike might not be such a distant prospect, though I do hope that these shenanigans haven't dulled your enthusiasm for this most occult of occasions. What we got here? Knight of Devilry horns, Knight of Devilry shirt, fingerless gloves, trousers, and boots. Probably not gonna look very good on a Lalafell, but we'll try them on. You now have access to Sneaky Hollow. Speak with the unusual usher at Miketo's amphitheater to be escorted to the costume party. It's probably gonna be the same thing as the last few years, but maybe they added something new. We can go check. Let's try on the clothes. Oh. Well, let's not try on the clothes. Hold on. What? Not those clothes. I haven't played this game in a while. I don't remember the buttons. Hold on. What? There we go. Keep pressing B to open my inventory like it's World of Warcraft. Fuck. Oh no. Okay, okay. I need to take off pants and gloves. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Pants, gloves. I don't know. Okay. Equip. Hey, that doesn't look that bad. I'm probably never gonna wear this ever, but I like it. It's good. I like the gradient on the tie. How it goes from dark to light. It's got some little wings on the back. Pretty sick outfit. I like the belt. That belt is sick. I might keep these pants for a completely different outfit. We'll mix and match. Also, the horns are kind of cool. What's this button do? You know what? Never mind. What do you have? Magic Prism Pumpkin, Flying Pumpkin. A bewitching winged gourd, ideal for All Saints Wake or really any occasion. I'll take one. I'm assuming this is that mansion. The Haunted Manor is now accepting guests for the Marvelous Masquerade. Shall I escort you to the front door? Yeah. We'll check the mansion first. See if there's anything new. Probably not. I like the song though. Can you get this song as an orchestrion role? If anyone knows, leave a message in the comment. It'd be the first message in the comments I've had in years. I mean, it's kinda new, right? These little stickers with the rainbow. Didn't they only add these in a couple years ago? Or were those always there and we only were able to get them a little while ago? Also, didn't they just make that pumpkin this year? I don't remember that being here. I remember that guy in the corner. I think they just add a few more decorations every year. Every time they make some new decorations, they'll just fit them in somewhere. I like it. Alright, we're gonna go out and then go visit the other place. Should you wish to visit my master's residence, it would be my pleasure to escort you. Yes, please. Sneaky Hollow. Anything new over here? Did they always have these mushrooms? I don't remember the mushrooms. They probably were always here, but I never noticed them before. Are they new? I don't remember these. You wish to have words? Very well. What would you know? What is this place? Is your memory as fleeting as your lifespan, child? As I told you before, the last 2 years in a row when you've asked me. This is my home. You are welcome to come and go as you please. Who are you? You need ask? My head is not merely for show. I am the archfiend, feared and revered since time immemorial, the great Gord, who once led legions of darkness. Is, in fact, merely a title held by those in my coven. Each generation, the knowledge to control denizens of the void is passed down alongside the appellation. What is it that you do exactly? I watch. My ancestors once bound the void scent to their will as a means to wage war, and caused irreparable harm to the world in so doing. Remorseful for their actions, they swore to never be complicit in such a tragedy again. We have watched ever since. Our goal is not to harm the minions of darkness, but to educate them, show them that peace is an option. But I have spoken enough. I had not realized entertaining a guest could be quite so thrilling. So the same information that they said the last 2 times. 3 times? How many times have I been here? At least 2 other times. Just looking around to see if they added anything new. I remember there being a lot more like little random NPCs around that would say stuff when you got close, like this guy. Did I just miss all of them? I thought there was more that I remembered. Oh, I guess they were here. I'm just blind. Oh, hello. Alright, well, that's it for this year's All Saints Wake 2024. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Anyway, I'll see you in the next event when I probably do it on the last possible minute because, whoops. See you next time.